All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Daniel Bush with POVPOOL, and I'm sitting here with Jack Murray-ish. How you doing, Jack?
Fantastic.
And you are fantastic. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
We're starting this match now between Ramin BAKHTIARI of GoPlayPool.com versus KANE. And I got to tell you right now, I do not have a favorite for this match.
No, I'm with you on that.
I like both of these guys.
Well, they're both good people, but they're also great pool players.
Yes, yeah. Let's just hope Ramin doesn't pull a slow one on him, if you know what I mean. I talked to Ramin about this, and he's admitted that slow play is kind of part of his strategy at certain times during certain, matches. So I'm not really sure exactly how I feel about that. Oh, shit.
Tempo of play. Tempo of play definitely has an effect on a lot of different people. And it all depends on if things are going your way. Sometimes you want to keep the pace going. If it's not, changing it is there. But it's part of the game. It's a move, really. Personally, I've always thought I play my best when I play the same pace. Trace just played a good save there.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you there. I think it's important for myself. I'll just talk about myself because I can't speak for every player. Mm-hmm. But for myself, it is very important to stay like an even keel, even disposition. Always seek like your center. You know what I mean?
Right.
Find that place within you, that peaceful place within you while you're in a match. That's very hard to do because there's a lot of self-dialogue that happens during a pool match. I mean, granted, you get a lot of time to sit down in a corner while your opponent's playing. So, you do get time to yourself.
And with a game this mental, pace helps you keep your mental balance a little bit on it, at least for me.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen many different lucky shot there from Trace. Yeah.
Rubbed in the 5.
Yeah. Is this a winner's side match now?
No, this is
one loss.
Wait, I think Trace lost his match. No, he lost to Shane Van Boning.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He lost to Shane.
Okay, we're still on the one-loss side, guys. But then you get other players, and sometimes it's like that excitement that drives them. That adrenaline.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And some people thrive on that. Some people play for the audience.
No, you definitely see that, and I also see people like what you talked about, how Ramin does it, where sometimes he changes pace to change the mood, changes the roles, changes the pace of the game. Mm-hmm. I know many players like that. Playing a lot of pool in Arizona, there's players, very good players, that occasionally we refer to it as they put the slow on them. Mm-hmm. And somehow I've been blessed with that not ever bothering me in a match. I don't know if it's because I just have the ability to not pay attention to it or what it is, but I've never been affected by it, but I've seen many good players that does get.
Right. I'm being told that your mic is low. Hard to believe.
Yeah, no one's ever told me I don't talk loud enough.
Yes, Keith McCready, perfect example.
Daniel Joe Baker and Ronnie Allen. Daniel won 6-5. Somebody just said that bracket's wrong.
All right, so we got Jim Blakeman involved in a call, or possible, I don't know, just removing a rack there. Question in the chat room. Did Tinsley win? Did Tinsley win? Tinsley won.
I haven't seen over there, so I'm correcting a mistake I made on the bracket. I had Ronnie Allen as winning, and I should have had Daniel Joe Baker winning.
3-9 combo. I saw it. Yeah. Right. Rattled. Yeah. Ronnie Allen's over here wiping his tears.
That was a tough match. That was a very tough match. Oh yeah, I saw that scratch, and that was a tough one. That was a game winner for you. It really was. But good playing. That's tough. Daniel's a very good player.
Let me at him. By the way, it's Daniel Joe.
Daniel Joe. I just refer to him as Daniel because that's how he introduced himself to me. And even though she's not in the tournament, I also see Melinda Wang is here.
Yes. Yeah. Well, she's
always a great person to have in the pool room.
She's Daniel Joe's life coach.
Well said.
By the way, I was just told that even though your mic's a little low, just give you a shot of Fireball. You'll
it's technically Jack
give
Fire.
You a shot of Canella Spirits.
Ooh. Yeah, my nickname is Jack Fire, actually. So I'm assuming Jeff Gray had something to say about that.
Who mentioned that? A Jiffy, E.H. Jiffy. I don't know who that is. Anyway, someone just mentioned that Scotty Boggs, he's looking good on the other table.
Tell me what the score was between Ben Sutherland and Tinsley Johnson.
And, it's 2-1. Long way to go in this match, and Scotty's a little stuck right here. But meanwhile, we got Trace Kane, who's jacked up on this shot, jumping over these two balls to make the 2. How'd he hit it, folks? How did he hit that? I think he hit that very well indeed.
Tough shot left on the 3 ball here, but he hit that very well.
He did. It's not easy to jump over a ball and then make it in the side, maybe in a corner pocket, but the side's not. I got
to give a shout out here momentarily to Sarah Miller, because if she shot this shot, she might kick this in like she did a year ago in the Saguaro Cup against Mike Sandoval to win that match in an even race to 5.
What's up, Dexter?
Sarah and Trace have been partners for a while there, and it's always great assets in the Arizona pool community.
Sarah's improved a lot in the last 2 years.
She's played family well. I was just getting a score update from the Tinsley Johnson Ben Sutherland, and it was 6-1 over there. So I'm updating the bracket on that one as well.
Speaking of Boggs, where's Freddie?
Freddie's usually not far from Scotty when they're playing.
He's test hitting a mez right now.
He's what?
Back on table 6.
Oh, I see. He's over there fishing. Okay. Brian Parks. Let's check in real quick with the man himself.
Hello.
Brian, how are you, man?
Could be worse. How are you guys?
I'm doing great, man. And I'm even better now that I'm back here at the Mercer. And
yes, welcome back.
One big happy family.
Nope.
Great to see you again.
You too.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
A little tired.
Yeah. You had a pretty good match there in the last match you played.
I started pretty slow, but somehow got through the end of it. But yeah.
Right.
Well, let's hope it keeps going. So
of course, you got to keep up that momentum, man.
Yes, exactly. The break is a big deal here. So
yeah, it is, and that's actually something I noticed is that you really were
focusing on that.
You were fluent on the break, actually, in that match.
On this table, I noticed nobody else is breaking very well. I actually got a little lucky to find something. So
yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's going to work on the other 3 tables. Yes. So
no, I understand, and it's really hard to get some time on those tables, let me see how this is going to fare.
Well, yeah, I mean, thanks to you for the stream, I was able to watch and dissect everybody's break, and I noticed nobody's doing a certain thing, so I was copying Shane a little bit. But
well, good. Well, hats off to you. Actually, you're watching it to actually take those notes. That's good.
You can try, but sometimes you're never guaranteed to be able to see the one ball.
Yeah.
Or know where the 2 might go if you make the one on the side. So it's kind of it's a crapshoot on the break, kind of. But
I didn't know you were a stream sniper.
Oh yeah. Yep. I study everything. So.
Yeah.
But
look, man, you know, we saw you win this event 10 years ago, man.
Yes.
How do you feel like coming back 10 years in a row? You know, like, I mean, you don't play it to win it. I know that.
No, it falls in your lap. That's my opinion, honestly. Like if you,
a lot of good things happen.
Yes, you have to have some things happen, and it falls in your lap. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, but the year I won it, Jose Perica looked at me at the Calcutta, and he stared me right in the eyes, and he says, "You and me, finals." And I was
that's
like,
what happened.
"What are you talking about?" Like, and he goes, "No, you and I are going to be in the finals." And I said, "Okay." And sure as we were.
I believe you double dipped him, didn't you?
I double dipped him, yeah. So.
Wasn't that his last year play? I think
no, he played a couple years after
a couple
that,
years after that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
thought that was
the same
pretty
year Mitch
crazy.
Double dipped him in the the U.S. Bar Table Championships.
Yep.
In the 8-ball event.
Right.
Yeah.
You played great that year to win here.
Yeah, and then I was fortunate for him to scratch Hill, and I got out.
Well, let's not forget the Mercer isn't the only thing on your resume, dude.
Yeah, but
5-time U.S. amateur champion.
Yeah, APA amateur champion.
3-time APA 9 balls champion. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, it's got to fall in your lap. You got to get lucky.
I've been criticized for calling you technically a pro.
No, I'm not a pro, but
he's a pro.
I would say semi-pro for sure.
I think I said that you could be considered a pro. I think I was criticized for that in the past.
I would be the worst pro on the tour, so let's put it that way. But
what is pro?
But you might be one of the most knowledgeable. I mean, I have to take my hat off to Brian. He helped me a ton with my game on a simple one piece of advice that he gave me on how I aligned for shots.
Yeah.
A little bit of stance, yeah.
Absolutely, completely changed how I stood.
Yeah.
I've been playing pool since I was 18 years old, and I always had the same stance, same stroke. I changed it one way. I'm hitting the ball so much better now.
Yeah.
That's great.
One piece of advice. This man knows a ton about pool.
That's one thing I take pride in, no matter what, is I like to help all the lower players, whether or not if it's your APA 2 and they ask me how to draw the ball, I will help them no matter what.
That's good. That's important. I was talking to Max Eberly about that too. You know, like that's something that we all need to do.
Yeah, it's the only way this game's going to grow.
That's the thing about pool is no matter how good or bad you think you are, you're always going to find someone better or worse than you.
Well, yeah, same thing. This one piece of advice I gave Jack, I mean, every time I see him, he reminds me of it.
Yeah.
You know, he's a higher player, and for him to get one little bit of advice helps him. So
right.
And he reminds me every time I see him.
Absolutely.
Amongst other jokes.
I have no idea what you're talking
Apparently
about.
I'm really short-ish, but
yeah. I remember.
Really know what you're talking about.
I remember when the first year you were sponsored by OBQs, talking to you at the Putters East for like till 6 or 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we talked about,
snooker styles. Everything.
I think you were being considered for the Moscone.
Or no, it was a thought from some people, but not for myself.
You were showing me some Moscone training shots.
Yeah.
And like hitting a straight ball with spin, and
yeah,
that turned out to be something that I practiced for several months.
It's one of the best tests to test deflection on any
how
cue.
your cue, to test
and
your
there's
cue.
all these guys are on the Revo train, which sorry for Revo, but to me they deflect a little bit. So
yes.
I'm not really happy with. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I've been strong with OB, and OB's shoot straight to me. So
yeah.
But,
I'm not trying to compete with you or anything, but I feel the same way about Tiger. I've got a good quality shaft. I'm gonna play with it.
Yeah.
And it feels good to me.
Of course. So my little way of lining them up is one way, and I'm not a robot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
I honestly can't play with a shaft that I can't see. It's too dark for me. I can't play with a black shaft.
Yeah, I agree. It's
and that's not to put them down.
I really like them though. Like you can literally beat it up and never know you beat it up.
That's true.
As pool
So what
players,
you're saying is when I miss shots, it's a better shaft for me to have because I knock you at the ding.
Kind of, but when you have a ding in the shaft, it gets in your head.
Oh, yeah.
As pool players, we're really sensitive when it comes to touch and feel.
That's true.
To feel a ding in your cue is like a nightmare, but you get used to it within time, so that war wound's always there, and you kind of like it. But
it is amazing how adept I've become at soaking a ding out of a shaft sitting at the bar in the tournament I'm playing in, because I need it out. It bugs me if it's there.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody looks at you kind of funny because you're just sitting there just working away. But
yeah, how did he miss? Hey, so let me ask you, just for the record, what happened with the? Are you still selling the room that you have, or are you keeping it open?
I actually sold the room.
The cue ball, correct?
Yes. And I had about I had a good 4 days to have the weight off the shoulders, which was amazing. But then, had kind of a tragedy happen in the household, so it's been.
I'm sorry.
More weight.
I heard about that, and I'm sorry for that.
We took in three of Sarah's sister's kids. She was killed in a fire.
Oh, no.
And they have no dad.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So we got 3 of the, and it's awesome, actually. We're adapting to it.
Well, you're stepping up.
Yeah.
You're doing a fantastic job there.
Sarah and I have, for sure, just taken it in and go with it, and hopefully we make things better for these 3 kids. So,
yeah.
But
because they're going through a horrible time right now.
Yeah. So
and
there's a lot more to it, but hopefully everything ends up the way that's best for them. It'll be good. So
yeah. Okay. All right.
But
well, I hope
on
the
a
best
lighter
for
note,
you and them.
Thank you for the stream again.
Oh, thank you.
It was amazing.
It looks like Ramin is up 2-0 on Trace right now.
I thought it was 1-0, but if it is 2-0, I will make the correction.
Game, so it's 2-0 on Ramin over Trace.
Yeah.
So, Brian, no West Coast swing this year, so I'm not going to give you any pressure.
Okay. There's not going to be one?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not.
That was a fun event, though. I really liked what they did there with the West Coast swing. It was fun as a spectator to watch it. I love the being able to watch the events that you promote.
Yeah.
Hats off to Chris Swart. He's instrumental in making the West Coast swing a real thing, and I worked with him too to do the promotion end of it, and to.
Are you just moving on, or what's the?
No. We're still great friends. I mean,
are you? There's
no, we're not moving on.
No promotions.
We're just backing out. We're taking a step back this year because there's a lot of new changes, and we don't want to either upstage or feel upstaged by any other events that are happening. You've got the U.S. Open, which is going to be phenomenal this year.
Yeah, I get to go this year.
In fact, we're doing a U.S. Open qualifier 1 week prior to the U.S. Open. We're giving out the last spot. So,
awesome.
I totally support the U.S. Open and Matchroom Pool and what they're doing
amazing.
for pool.
They're going to have 256 players at $1,000 entry. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be an amazing
the biggest event we've ever, I think, in the United States had.
Absolutely, it's going to be a huge prize fund, and then you've got you got the WPA stuff happening very very soon, and you've got the the CSI's doing some stuff with Predator this year. So we're just taking a step back. The West Coast Swing is not. A failed entity by any means whatsoever. In fact, for independent rooms, it's probably one of the most successful ventures for pool in the United States.
Absolutely.
And I just, not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but
you guys did an amazing job.
It takes a lot of work to do what you guys are doing.
There's so much with that,
and to be able to have these rooms promote each other is just an amazing. We don't get
you don't
rooms
see very often.
Promoting each other.
Rooms promoting other rooms is important for pool because it's the more people you get playing the game, the more customers each room gets.
Absolutely.
Yeah, where I was at in Bakersfield, we had some few pool rooms battling each other, and I tried to explain it. Like, you can't do that. Everybody needs to work together. There's not enough tables for everybody anyway, so let's just all work together and make it work.
That's true.
And we need to get more people playing pool.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody gets it, but I'm going to miss the West Coast swing, though.
Brian, are you going to be
You've
playing
missed it every year. What are you talking about?
Like missing watching the streams.
The coverage and the action. I know what you mean.
I know you have a lot going on. Are you going to be able to play in any of the Stage 1 events for the WPA Players Championship before the U.S. Open?
I highly doubt it, honestly.
Okay. I know you've got so much going
I was
on.
super fortunate to be able to get a spot in the APA gave me, because there was no 2018 U.S. Open, they let me forego my spot and get in the 2019, which
that's amazing. That's
to
awesome.
Fall in my lap. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take advantage of that and go out there and see what I can do. So
I hope you didn't take that the wrong way. I just,
No, you're right.
I feel like you would have been a perfect guy to play.
Yes,
But,
and I could have, but it always fell on the dates that had something to do with other events that I was doing or whatever. So I kind of just
It just always surprised me because you're Central California and
Exactly,
it's like
yeah.
right in the middle of everything.
no. But you got action anytime you want.
I bet I do.
Just kidding.
I'll
least
play,
you
I'll
look-
play,
at least
but
you
we're
look
betting
good.
I'll
shots.
play a 3 cushion.
You got me on that. I know it. I'll try it.
They've got a
I
room,
heard
they've
Billy
got a
already
room
went
next
over
door.
there and got handed, but
Oh, really?
oh yeah,
Okay.
but some old man got him.
Oh, I see. All right.
So
I love the game of billiards, but I'm horrible at the game of billiards.
Oh,
I am
it's
the world's
amazing. You
greatest
gotta
at
play
missing
3
by a
o'clock,
quarter of an inch.
3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and you will do good at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Well, listen, I know we're taking liberties during this match. Trace is, probably playing his heart out, and so is
Yes.
Ramin. Brian, it's been great to see you, man.
I'm signing off.
Always
Perfect.
is a great.
You guys too.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can stay if you want.
No, I'm good. I gotta get
Okay.
ready. My match is next. So
And
You know what table you're
give a
on?
shout out to your sponsors too, would you?
OBQs, Jam Up Apparel, Pool Junkie Clothing,
Cohen as well.
and Cone Qs.
Yeah,
Yes.
Eddie Cohen.
Yeah.
All
The
people
only
that
guy
I know.
I'm taller than.
I didn't make the joke.
Thanks to Brian Parks. Brian Parks,
Brian Parks is
former
one of the great
champion
guys,
of this event.
one of the great men in the pool game. I love having him in events like this.
Oh, he's a very fluid player, very articulate, and very responsible. And I really want to just say God bless to him and
Yes.
to
And
the
thank
Parks
you for them
family
for
right
being who
now.
they are to take those kids in and do wonderful for them.
Yes, yeah.
And it looks like Trace just got on the board at a 2-1.
Okay. Too late. Jeff Gray was saying, Brian, you'll get the 8 after watching that last match you had.
Here's an interesting side note that I've noticed, because he mentioned how table 1 was breaking a little bit different than the other tables.
Mm-hmm.
And, they refelted the tables the week before the Dock Hill. We played the Dock Hill. A lot of great matches played on it. The table still played beautifully. They looked great.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed as the Dock Hill tournament went on, the way the tables broke changed because the felt was breaking in during the tournament.
Okay.
And they start the tournament on all 4 tables, but they finish on just tables 1 and 2. And then when they get down to just 1 table matches, it's only on table 1. So that table has had the most action on it, and it might have an effect on how the tables are breaking
That's a
little bit.
good point. That's a very good point. When did they felt them?
I want to say the week before the dock. Mark Estes with Shea's Billiard Supplies did all the tables.
Yeah.
Great guy. He was sick that he couldn't make this tournament this year. Ooh. Trace tried to spin that cue ball around the 6 ball to make the 1 and just hung the 1 up.
Yeah.
I can't see if he can. I can't tell if Ramin can see it or not. It doesn't look like
I
it.
think he's hooked. He's either going to have to masse this or play a short kick. Hate those short kicks. They're so hard to judge.
Oh, very, very hard.
You've got to underestimate the kick.
Yes.
And I like to underestimate it and use some spin. That's the way. I've spent a lot of time practicing kicks just like this, just to get out of situations like that. And you learn a lot when you practice a certain shot.
I tell you, one of the things I'm most proud of that I've learned over the years is the art of kicking, because kicking is something that today with jump cues tends to be lost. And I remember when I used to manage a pool room in Tucson, it was Main Street Billiards. It's no longer there in Tucson. It's still in Mesa. They had one in Tucson as well. But I would get young players coming up to me wanting me to teach them how to jump. And I would always tell them, I'll only teach you how to jump if you can show me you know how to kick. Because I think kicking is so important to the game of pool. Absolutely. So important to the game.
Important. You learn more from it.
Because there's going to be times some tournaments don't allow jump cues. Sometimes it's going to be there's going to be rules or you just get tight in situations like this. Obviously, this is a non-jumpable ball.
Their kicks are sometimes better than jumps.
Oh,
often better than jumps.
Actually, one of my favorite shots I hit during the Dock Hill was a safety I played, and I put myself in a bad spot, and I couldn't directly kick at it, so I actually had to use my jump cue and kick. It was a jump 2-rail kick safe.
Right.
And I got to toot my own horn. I hit it perfect. I hit the 3 ball, and the cue ball snugged right up behind the 9. It was one of those where you hit that shot and you go sit in your bar stool and you just smile. Trace has ball in hand here, it looks like.
I always do that when I unintentionally make balls when I'm not, I do something that I'm not supposed to do. I act like, well,
yeah.
You didn't know I was going to play that shot? It has to do with the psychology.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Always look confident, even if you get lucky.
Hey, luck doesn't go one way.
Troy, new NJ pool player, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. He says, gotta run. Thanks for the stream.
No, I appreciate everybody tuning in. And again, Daniel, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you being able to stream the Saturday, Sunday of this event. It's today is the pressure day on the one-loss side, and then tomorrow is just the pressure cooker, boiling it down to who's the champion.
Yeah, I like it when it gets to that point, But somebody actually came up to me and said, we need your 3-day coverage. And I'm like, oh yeah, there you
Well,
I said, let's talk about that raise.
Yeah, that Mike Dalto guy hasn't come with a check yet.
Yeah. Let's talk about that 3-day hotel room. Or actually 5-day.
Yeah, no kidding. What a great shot by Trace. He played a carom. Played the 6 in the side, but the carom on the 9.
Yep. He slides his beat over, says, who's your daddy?
Well, he is known as Big Daddy in Phoenix. Trace was the mainstay in Arizona for the longest time on the Arizona Women's Billiards Tour, and I tip my hat off to Junior Flores and Justine Bishop, who have taken that over, and they've made it just bigger and better than it has. But I love seeing more women coming out playing pool, more juniors coming out playing pool. We need to grow the game that much. That's the future of our game. And we need to get people coming out and playing the game. So people that watch these streams, they love the action. They love to see it. And I love tipping my hat to the people that help do their part to grow the game when what they're doing has no direct benefit to themselves, if you know what I mean by that. They're just doing it really out of the goodness of their heart. And Trace is one of those guys.
Yeah, Trace was a tournament director. Story about him. I probably shouldn't tell it. But
I've told way too many stories I probably shouldn't tell.
No, he was a tournament director at an event, and when all was said and done, he said, don't worry about what you owe me. Don't pay. It wasn't me, but he didn't take payment for it. I'm like, why didn't you do that? It's important that you do take the money.
The time is valuable.
Like, you know what? I was a firefighter. I've got plenty. Thank you, Gordy. Gordy just hands me a sign. Says Chris Thomas is watching from Hawaii. Says he loves the commentary. Mahalo, my friend, Chris.
We miss you, Chris.
Yeah, we do, man. Anyway, Trace, I said to him, just out of principle, you should take payment. He's like, I was a firefighter all my life. I got enough money to live. I'm just doing this because I love pool. That was a West Coast Swing event. He was co-tournament director.
Oh, really?
With Junior Flores. Anyway, I probably shouldn't have told that story, but.
Well, it just shows you that there are great people in this game that put the game and the future of the game above their own best interests.
Yeah.
This is
well, it's like you said,
it's a bit of
selfless.
Oh, absolutely. It's a bit of a tricky out for Ramin. He's going to have to go cross table a few times. He's got to play the yo-yo drill, which I was blessed to learn from Alex Laley when he was in Tucson one time.
Chris Thomas says, love you guys. LOL, you guys are great.
Love you too, Chris. Have a Mai Tai for me.
Yeah, how's the action? How's the action over there at Velvet Touch? Hope there is some action out there. They got some Hawaiian pool players, man.
Oh, there's some very good players in Hawaii.
You know what? You know what I've learned? Everywhere you go, there's good players.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere you go. Everywhere.
Ramin has handled this very well so far. He got great position on all of those balls to fall well on the 6 ball here. He's kind of float it down, shoot the 7 in the bottom right corner, or I guess top right from the view.
Mm-hmm. He hit the outside of that pocket. Did you see him shoot that ball so that he could hit it thin?
I almost think he hit it too thin.
Well, he was trying to hit it soft and still come down table. If you hit it too thick, you don't come down far enough.
Yeah, so
because he was specifically trying to get on the other side, on the short side of the 7. Not because the 7 doesn't go past the 9.
No, it has to go to the
to the right side pocket.
side.
Yeah, to the left side pocket.
Oh.
So, what do you do here? We're on this angle right here.
All right, I just want to make sure which one we were looking at.
Yeah, that's program preview.
Excellent.
Preview. Eric D says, have a brew on me, boys. $20 super chat. You rock, dude. Thank you so much, Eric D.
I love people that actually give back to the chats. I mean, or the streams. You do an amazing job doing these free streams, and every time I get to watch, I do my best to chip in a bit, but I thank you for the support.
Hair pie, my man. Stream sniping. Hair pie says, hello, POVPOOL. Love you from Hair pie. Love you too, brother. These are my scum. I play a game called Scum.
Oh, yeah?
I play a video game called Scum.
Okay.
These are all my boys from Discord.
All right.
And the all my friends out in Bambiland. I want to say hey to you guys.
So that was a tough shot for Ramin, and he hung up the 7 ball, but he did hook Trace behind the 9. So Trace is probably going to bring out the jump cue, I'd assume. No, it looks like he's measuring this for the kick. Once again, this is what we were just talking about. And Trace does love the game of 3 cushion. He goes down to that event in Casino del Sol every year in January.
The BCA?
No, the 3 cushion event.
Oh, the 3 cushion event. I'm sorry. You caught me off guard.
No, he loves. That's why I'm looking at this and kick. This is a kick over the bank.
Yeah, he knows. You know what? It's a low percentage. It's not that low percentage, but that's a shot he's supposed to make. He's a proficient 1-pocket player too.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a shot. He's
the favorite to make that ball.
Yeah. It's a high percentage for him.
I like him shooting that shot over the jump because it's so much more. You can control the shape better where you are there because you do give up a little bit of control of the cue ball when it leaves the felt.
Yes. 2 drunk to what? Is just talking in code here. Nobody knows what we're talking about. Yeah, you guys like video games, play a game called Scum and come visit me on Bambiland. Come shoot me. Ramin.
Up 3-2 on Trace?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a tight one. Looks like Billy is up 4-3 against Scotty Boggs. Paul Juarez is down 2-3 against Walter Glass.
And Shaky Dave Vincent, he's playing
Joseph Crignali. And it looks like Dave Vincent is up 4-2 on Joseph.
Well, Dave's a good player, but I don't know Joseph's game.
Joseph's a local player who really started playing in league pool, but has really improved his game. I want to say he's around the 560 level in Fargo.
Yep.
But he's one of those guys that loves coming out to these events because it tests your mettle. And he's played very solid throughout this event.
We're still playing one-loss matches.
Yes.
So players are losing in this round are going to be eliminated from the tournament.
Yes, I believe all of today will be one-loss matches.
All right, so back now. Close up to the action. Trace Kane. He's looking at a pretty easy. Well, he needs to come 3 rails around here or 2 rails back and forth. That's the 3-cushion way to play that shot.
Yep. Hit it a little firm, but looks like he
fine.
felt great. Yeah.
I think he's fine. Geraldine Thibodeau. I was going to say hello to you, honey. I've been saying hello to you. I miss you, dear. I miss you. Miss you. I miss you so much. I wish you were here.
I miss you too. Not that much, but I still miss you.
I actually checked in with Jack Murray to find out if he ever settled his debt with you. He said he still thinks there's a drink or 2 owed. He doesn't know on what side. Do you?
What's that?
You don't know on what side?
No, I really don't. Let's say that night was a little foggy. It's amazing how many nights you find there's fog in Vegas.
Yeah, I know. It's such a dry town, huh? And this town ain't that dry either. Oh, shit. Thanks for the $5 super chat, honey. Love of my life. Love of my life. No, I've been asking about you.
And Billy Thorpe has just gotten to the hill against Scotty Boggs. It's 5-3 Billy in a race to 6.
We're pretty even here, 3-3. I wonder what their Fargos reflect. Let's take a look, huh?
Can I talk? No, not on there. Are you on it?
I was religiously following the stream. Hi, I'm Arjun.
Hi, Arjun. Arjun, yes, you came into my chat room the other day. Or today. Yeah, hi, how are you, man? Good to see you. Daniel, nice to meet you. Yeah, I know, with the hustling jacket on. Always watch out for the guy with the hustling jacket. The friendly guy with the hustling jacket. 644 against the Ramin 674. So,
You want me to figure that one out for you?
fairly evenly matched.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, if you want.
So if we want to see what Forgery would say the match odds are in this, you've got a 644, and what was Ramin? 670? 674?
674, yeah.
Ramin would be favored at roughly 64 to 36%, which is pretty close.
Yeah.
You know, you're not looking at a big difference right there. Basically, if they were in a tournament that was handicapped, it'd be a game spot at best.
Uh-oh. Ramin.
Oh, did he give
Ramin's about to spot him a game.
There's the game.
Well, Trace has to earn it. I mean,
Absolutely.
he's got to, he's got to run this table, but it doesn't look hard. I don't know. I just got $20 super chat. You want a beer?
Sure, I'll take one.
I don't know what that is.
I'll take a Deep Eddy grapefruit and soda. Deep Eddy grapefruit and soda.
Okay. No alcohol?
Deep Eddy is vodka.
Oh, okay. I'll take the same. And actually, excuse me.
I'm just gonna pay cash for this. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. I mean, you know, it's the least I can do. Buy my buddy a drink. By the way, Geraldine says that you guys are all settled up. It's even Steven.
We are square then?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Meanwhile, Trace Kane. Don't turn me into a liar, Trace. Come on. Run this out like a good boy.
This is gonna be a
He
tricky
missed
shot.
the 4.
Oh, my.
Missed the 4. I can't believe it.
I'm leaving. You just have one little drink on your tab. I just want you to 550.
What's happening? Is he cutting you off?
No, the great day bartender here at the Rum Runner, Darren.
Darren
was just getting
Domingo?
off shift, so I want Darren Domingo's a great
Darren
guy.
Domingo is the bartender. He's the bartender.
And it looks as though Billy just won, probably 6-3.
Trace right now, he's gutted.
Yeah,
He is
no,
so
absolutely.
gutted right now. He is not looking very pleasant. Poor guy. Made a mistake, though. You know, you got to pay for your mistakes, right?
That's
what
all.
they say.
Exactly what this game is about.
Yeah, but that's what Ramin did. He made a mistake.
Yep.
You know, he's supposed
And
to
you
pay for his
You got
mistake.
to take advantage of them when you have the opportunity.
Come on, give me some picture here. There we go. What's happening here? He's waiting for the next player to play through. Is that what's going on?
I think he was waiting for a player who didn't realize somebody was behind
Waiting
him.
for Martin Bick.
Yep. Yeah, Martin. Bick,
The Martin rule.
Martin Bick. And
That's why.
Lance.
That's why we invented the Martin rule.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Martin Bick and Lance Salazar are about to kick off on table 4. Lance is a straight shooter from Vegas. The laser.
Yeah, Lance is. He came in 3rd place in the Cole Dixon event, 2018 on the West Coast Swing. Woo! I learned me a little something about some Lance Salazar. That's for sure.
He plays very good pool. Yeah,
Ramin.
That's a game. Trace is going to kick himself for.
Oh yeah, he's going to take a break actually, which, you know, I can't blame him.
No,
Can't blame him at all.
You need to get yourself resettled.
We're going to take a quick message from our sponsor, Joe Canella, Canella Spirits, and Farino Distillery. Thank you so much for supporting POVPOOL this year's Andy Mercer event. And I want to recommend Canella Spirits to any of you at the bar.
If you haven't tried them, Canella Spirits is fantastic.
Be sure to ask about Canella Spirits and their cordials at your local watering hole. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Hi, I'm Joe Canella, and welcome to Canella Spirits. The company was born out of my own curiosity about our Italian family heritage and our family name. What I discovered in the process was this beautiful tradition of combining spices with spirits that's been going on in Italy for centuries. While cannella literally means cinnamon in Italian, the origins of the name was sort of the ancient family business. It was a trade name. To be a cannella was to be a spice merchant. And our mission is to bring this tradition of quality spice and spirit to America. Hidden beneath the surface of our everyday lives, we all have a story. You know, with every bottle that we make, we not only want to share our story with you, we also want to inspire you to take the time to discover your story as well.
And we're back, folks. We got Trace Kane coming back now after missing a crucial opportunity to run out and and take the lead. Instead, Ramin capitalizes and he takes the lead. So Trace is going to have to work that much harder to make things happen in this match on the one-loss side. It's going to be a heartbreaker for one of these guys who will be eliminated from this tournament after a loss. Give me a minute and I'll be right back. I'm going to let you do the coverage. Jack Murray, folks.
All right. It looks like Trace has you can see the right side of the one ball. We'll see how we can play this. It's probably going to play a end table safe, but we'll see where it goes. Give some score updates. Walter Glass and Paul Juarez are tied up at 4-4. Paul is at the table. Joseph Crugnali and Dave Vincent. Dave is on the hill. Joseph is at 3. It's a race to 6. And Lance Salazar and Martin Bick have just started. They're in their first game. They're fantastic. He just stepped into the bathroom. He'll be right back out.
I stole one of his straws. I don't want to put it next to you.
It looks as though he may be looking to see if he can play the carom off of the 2-ball. This would be a good shot to be able to pocket the 1. Unfortunately, you kind of let the 2-ball go, so you're going to have to try and control where the cue ball goes on this one. It was an aggressive play. Trace is going to get a shot at an open table here. Put the 2 in the side. Can either roll up to play the 3 in the corner, which looks like what he's going to do. That was a good stroke Trace just put on that to be able to play the 4 in the upper right-hand corner to roll down to the 7-ball. And if you can get right on the 7-ball, the 8-9 should fall into place as well.
You ever sell those books?
No, I still have some. I've sold a couple here and there.
No, I don't think he's out. He's here to play his match. Thank you.
That was a good stroke he just put on that 8-ball. Makes this 9-ball pretty routine to tie the game at 4-4 and a race to 6. So Trace and Ramin are playing a race to 2.
Hey, what are you drinking? Both my drinks? Cheers.
Cheers. And it looks as though Paul Juarez is on the hill. Walter Glass needs 4 on table 3. Walter is breaking. I saw Stacy Else up here yesterday. She was around. She was really doing a great job of supporting both Christina and Mary Kaufman, who are playing in the event. And on our feature table, we have a race to 2. It's a 4-4 score. That's a good recovery that Trace made. When you miss a ball like that he missed to that 4 in the corner, sometimes that can take you down a rabbit hole, and he did a good job of taking a break, settling himself, and getting right. Daniel, do you know, does the 9 count in the bottom 2 or in this tournament, or just the top 4? Does the 9 ball count in the bottom 2 or just the top 4? At all? Not in the bottom, top 4 only. Okay, the 9 ball counts on the break in the top 4 pockets, not in the bottom 2. That's a rule I really like.
I love it. I love it. Good job. Hey, what are you talking about? Appreciate you. It's all him. It's all this guy. Oh, God. I should have played better.
Hey.
It's tough. They got into this. Oh, my God.
We have Phil Tatum here. You did play, you know, Phil, you did play faster, and that's saying something.
I did.
I don't know if the viewers are going to say that, but
I told him, I said my match is 43 minutes.
You know, you did well. Good. Yeah, it was. It was.
I thought I was
we thought you had him right where you wanted him when it was 5-1.
Let me tell you something. I was up 1-0. It's 1-1. You saw the game he won to go up 2-1.
Yep.
3-row bank on the 8, which is an impossible shot.
Right.
And then he breaks and runs. He's up 3-1.
He's a good player.
But I should have been 2-1, and he was 3-1 in a flick of an eye.
Yep, it happens. That's 9 ball on a bar
the
table.
Next 3 or 4 games, all I had to do was try to get some kind of continuance where I could get a shot to run out. I never could get it. He mislocked me up, or the shot I had was like 3 diamonds. You know.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Did you pay her for the drinks?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just.
That was a great shot by Trace. Came up a hair short on the 5 on the side, but he still got the angle to make it. I think it's Michelle. I have no idea. Yep, at a better angle, it looks as though he's got a pretty good cut here, and he can go up, shoot a little bit of inside, and get the right angle on the. He's playing it in the side. That's a smart shot by Trace because it lets you put your full stroke out, and you're not trying to hold it up with inside, which can cause bad skids and other issues. That was wisely played.
Cheers again.
Cheers, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of this.
Pleasure is all mine.
And Trace has manipulated this rack very well so far. And if he can manage these last 2 balls, we'll take a hill 4 lead on Ramin.
Seems like that match between Lance and Martin is off to a slow start. It's only 1-0 over there.
No, I think it started a hair late. There was a bathroom break or something going on. But also the first match, there was a safety battle involved there. And Trace has taken the hill. He's on the hill, 5-4 against Ramin.
You know what? I'm quite surprised after given what happened in the beginning of this match.
I was just saying that was such a smart move on his part to take that break and go to the bathroom, regroup yourself after missing that ball.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? He's no stranger to Ramin either.
No, the two know each other very well.
You know what I mean? So he knows what he's in for.
Yes.
Playing Ramin. I'm not trying to, I'm not bashing Ramin at all. I mean, it's just he's a kind of a player that you just don't know what gear he's going to be in that day. And I like playing guys like him because it teaches me patience.
Right.
And it helps me build my resistance to competition like that.
Mm-hmm. But he's a very smart player too. He knows how to.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
that's
very good. Yeah.
On top of everything else, he's also good.
With everything we've said, he's a very good player.
Yeah. But that's the psychology. That's where that comes in, Well,
it looks like Trace made the 1 in the corner, and I don't know if he can see the 2 ball because the 9 is right there.
Yeah. And
if
then
he can see the edge of the 2 ball,
yeah,
there's a
but
carom, but I don't think so.
Yeah, so now he's faced with a difficult decision. Like, how do you push this without leaving some sort of a carom or billiard for Ramin? So you probably just make the 9.
Either make the 9 or at least move the 9 out.
I like making the 9.
Well, making the 9 smart here because there's nothing by this the spot. 5-4 trace.
Yes, the score is 5-4. Thank you. Someone has a side bet.
Oh, that was bar table Tommy DiLorenzo.
Yes.
Good friend of Trace. And a good friend of the Arizona pool community.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's a friend to a lot of.
Former owner of Tommy's Billiards in, I believe it was in Mesa. That was a great action room back in the day.
Was it really?
Yes.
I never had the.
I believe he and Bob Jackson owned that room together.
The privilege.
Roger Griffiths was her house pro.
Oh,
look at this. Is Trace looking at kicking at the 2-9?
Oh, remember the kick he missed before? But the 4 ball's right there, so he's going to have to play off the top of the 2.
He
would billiard off the 2.
What he was just looking at looked like he was going to try and shorten a kick.
See, why play a low percentage shot when you can play the guaranteed push safety?
Especially when you're on the hill and your opponent's 1 game away. But I'm fascinated to see how he does this. Yeah, and he's looking at it. He's looking at how much he can shorten that ball coming up below that 4 ball. If he makes this, I'm ordering a Jackfire.
Not a cinnamon cordial?
Maybe a cinnamon cordial. Nope. That was a high risk shot, and Trace just concedes a game to go hill.
Holy moly!
I have to say I
and Ramin wants to do the high 5 when Trace is in no mood.
No. I have to say that shot selection surprised me only because I thought he would really.
Yeah.
Geraldine wanted to send him a. She had no idea.
Yeah, I did just share it on Facebook.
She heard about it on the news.
It went as far as like the UK. Yeah. No, she tried to see it. They were coming out, but she was Geraldine.
And Ramin is breaking the hill game.
Well, looks like it's going to be dry thanks to the
9 on the spot.
The rules format makes it harder to make a ball on the break when you got the 9 on the spot and you're breaking from the box. But it's not like Trace is off to the races here either.
No, he doesn't really have a clear shot on the 1. It looks like.
No, he's going to have to play a safety or a push. He's just kicking the ball. Look at this.
What a roll. Great kick, great aggressive shot instead of taking a push. And the one rule I've always said, and this is one thing that happens, when you make a good hit, good things happen.
But do you notice the speed at which he hit that? He hit that at very good speed. It's hard to explain, but there's an art to kicking and an art to the speed of kicking.
He hit it at a speed which I've always called a kill
safe
kick,
speed.
A safe speed, because he hit it firm enough, but he knew he was going to hit it solid. He was going to make a solid hit on the object ball, which kills the cue ball. He was safe if he would have missed.
Oh boy, he's pumped up. You can see it.
Oh yes, he is.
He is pumped up. He's already.
Well, the 5 doesn't look like it goes by the 7, so he's going to have to play this to come out, or to go up and play it in the side.
It's 5-all. Sorry about the score update, folks. Uh-oh.
That came up short. That's trouble.
That is trouble. He's going to have to play another good kick now. You see, he was being careful. He didn't want to float too high up the table because he didn't want to have an angle. He wanted to have a straight shot on the 5. He was just too careful there, and the ball slowed down on him.
Just to give a few score updates, we have another Hill match, which is Dave Vincent and Joseph Crignali on table 2.
8 ball and a scratch.
Wow, that's a tough shot for Chase right there. That's a hard one to handle, especially Hill. On table 2, Joseph Crignali just won against Dave Vincent Hill.
Oh, your local boy takes it down.
He's been playing very solid.
Well, it looks like he can shoot the 5 straight into the corner. Roll forward for the 6 in the opposite left corner. That's probably what he's going to do.
Yeah, that was tough coming up short on that ball. That hurts. And while we still have this match going on, I want to update another one that we do have another Hill match between Walter Glass and Paul Juarez on table 3. Walter is at the table.
Walter is no slouch, I tell you. I saw him win, I think he was in the finals with Al Lawrence in the Pots and Pans event that we did about 5 years ago. Remember Pool Sharks? Remember that old place?
I remember
Pool Sharks.
I remember Joe Canella and Pool Sharks.
Remember Lou Butera's old room?
Absolutely,
Pool Sharks?
Yeah.
That boy, when Lou owned it, it looked a lot nicer. but then, it sort of like it aged fast. And then now it's Griff's, which is just completely
different room.
Completely different than the old Pool Sharks.
No, I'm blessed. One of the league matches I play weekly is the Diamond Division Southern Nevada League, and I play against teams like that have Walter Glass, Mitch Ellerman, Mark Estes on those teams, and it's high level competition, and those are fun weekly matches when you can get to play those players. Or the Rum Runner 17 with Jimmy Mattia, Joe Canella, and Terry Downey. They've got great players on those teams, and Al Lawrence. There's some really strong players.
Would you have expected this?
Wow.
Ramin got.
Is he corner hooked?
He got horn hooked off of the side pocket.
Wow.
There is no way he can make this 7 ball. Trace is counting his blessings. It's a Hill match.
Holy
and
cow.
Here Ramin is. Couldn't run 3 balls without getting hooked.
That's brutal.
With ball in hand.
That is brutal.
Ramin, you got to go back to school, my friend. You're not supposed to do that. Got to take advantage. We've all done it, though.
Absolutely.
Except for me. I don't do that. That's not something I do.
Well, actually, if that's me,
that's not my wheelhouse.
In the side pocket.
Just making fun. Oh, boy. Well, the only thing I see here is a 3-rail kick.
The 3-rail kick in the side?
3-rail kick to the side pocket, the left side pocket, yeah. Or the right side pocket if you're looking at this angle. There's also a 2-rail kick to the corner pocket, but and then there's the 1-rail kick.
You can go 1-rail. 1-rail's kind of
1-rail's very low percentage.
It's a very low percentage. The only thing
it's a low percentage
make.
No, well, not so much make, but low percentage that you're going to end up safe.
Right, because there's so many opportunities to sell out there.
Yeah, 3-rail kick I like to the side because if he's lucky, the cue ball will float down and the 9 ball will come into play, and Trace may come to the table with hooked. He's calling the side? He's not calling the side. He's just pointing at it.
I like the way you're thinking about that because when I look at kicking balls, if I'm trying to play safe on it, my most important issue isn't just trying to get behind a ball, but it's putting distance between the balls too.
Yeah, distance and distance is your friend here. He's shooting the wrong shot.
If he's saying
I don't know what he's doing here. This is crazy Ramin playing right now.
It might be a frustration shot, but then he could drill it and make us look bad.
No, he's not going to. he's not going to. He's going to hit this thin, if anything, and end up safe. He hit it too thick, actually.
Oh.
Or too thin.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive play, but I like the kick.
This is over.
Yeah.
Ramin should just go and shake his hand now. He's not going to. Trace is like, I don't care. I need the exercise. So the Doc Hill, Larry
Davis.
Larry Davis
won it.
Champion.
Steve Bergen.
Where is he?
Second.
I want to meet the guy.
He is actually sitting right. I believe that's him. That might not be now that I see it.
Does he want? Will he give me the 7?
No, he won't. He
won't give me the 7. Okay, never mind. I don't want to meet him.
That's an off-air conversation.
Trace KANE, ladies and gentlemen, takes it down.
That's a really good comeback for Trace after he missed that 4-ball to get himself right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, absolutely, no worries.
Trace KANE, 6-5, and yes, you're right.
It's how you take those moments to get yourself right.
A couple of swings in that match, very odd, and very strange to see that happen to Ramin. I don't want to say it happened to him. I mean, he made that happen.
Right, he made it happen, but it was. I honestly think it was a frustration shot.
Yeah, well,
and sometimes when you go on tilt as a pool player, you don't see what you should be seeing.
He took his time, though. I don't see where the frustration is. He took his time. I mean, he's supposed to play the 3-rail kick, but
so now
maybe I'll ask him later.
That'll be a good one for conversation.
So coming up next, we have Sean Damani versus Mary Kaufman.
Mary Kaufman was last year's winner of the Doc Hill Championship.
Yep.
Very strong player. She's a 5'70", 5'80" player in Fargo, but really competes well.
Stick around, guys. We got more action right here at the Rum Runner Lounge. Hope you guys are enjoying coverage today on POVPOOL. Keep loving pool, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.